Welcome back to our channel Coins Master. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on fascinating coin stories, rare finds, and hidden treasures that could change your life. Today, we have a truly special coin to talk about, a coin so rare and valuable that it has shocked the numismatic world. Yes, I'm talking about the 1989 D Roosevelt dime, which is reportedly worth a mind-blowing $56 million. Stay tuned because we're diving deep into the history, the value, and everything you need to know about this extraordinary coin. You won't believe what you might have in your collection. Let's get started. The Roosevelt dime, a coin that many of us have casually used at some point in our lives. It's small, it's silver, and it carries the image of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. But not all dimes are created equal, especially when we start talking about the 1989 D Roosevelt dime. This seemingly ordinary coin holds a secret that could make it worth more than a small fortune. You see, this dime, minted in 1989 at the Denver Mint, marked with the D Mint mark, isn't just any dime. While the 1989 D Roosevelt dime was originally produced as part of regular circulation, it is incredibly rare to find one in certain conditions that can make it worth millions. Before we dive into the specifics of the 1989 D coin, let's take a quick trip back in time. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, following the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. The coin was designed by John R. Sinek, the chief engraver at the U.S. Mint. Roosevelt's image was chosen to honor his legacy as the leader during the Great Depression and World War II, and his founding of the March of Dimes, which worked to eradicate polio. Over the years, the Roosevelt dime has gone through a few design changes, but the coin's central message of resilience and strength has remained intact. The dimes were minted in different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each of these coins has its own unique qualities, and this is where things start to get interesting. The 1989 D Roosevelt dime, especially when found in certain conditions, is one of those rare treasures that can make collectors weak in the knees. Why? Because of a phenomenon known as the die error. You see, some coins, especially those from specific years, can have minting defects that make them unique. These errors can increase their value exponentially. For the 1989 D Roosevelt dime, the key factor is a specific type of error that was made during the minting process. Some of these dimes were struck with an imperfect die, resulting in a coin with unique features. These errors can make the coin stand out among the sea of regular circulation dimes, and when found in near-perfect condition, it can be worth a fortune. Now the big question: why is this coin worth such an incredible amount? The truth is, very few 1989 D Roosevelt dimes carry this astronomical value. In fact, finding one of these coins in the wild is almost like winning the lottery. A typical 1989 D Roosevelt dime in good condition might be worth a few dollars, maybe a little more depending on its state of preservation. However, certain mint-state versions of the coin, specifically those with the die error, have been known to fetch prices that could make your jaw drop. Here's the kicker: one particular 1989 D Roosevelt dime, known to have a rare mint error, was recently sold at auction for a staggering $56 million. Yes, you heard that right, $56 million for a dime. So, what makes this dime so valuable? Well, it's not just about its rarity, it's about the condition and the error. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for coins with imperfections that make them stand out. This dime is unique because of its production anomaly, making it a must-have for the world's elite coin collectors. Now you might be wondering, how can you tell if you have a rare 1989 D Roosevelt dime in your collection? Well, there are a few key things to look out for. First, check the condition of the coin. A dime that has been well preserved over the years will have sharp, clear details and minimal wear. The next step is to look for any errors in the design, such as doubling of letters or numbers, or unusual markings. If you believe you've found a dime with these rare features, it's important to have it professionally appraised. A certified numismatist will be able to tell you if your coin is one of those incredibly rare specimens with the potential to fetch millions. So, what's the market like for Roosevelt dimes? Well, like any rare collectible, It can fluctuate, but it's definitely a seller's market when it comes to the 1989 D Roosevelt dime with mint errors. Auction houses, private collectors, and even online platforms like eBay have seen high prices for rare specimens, with some selling for tens of thousands of dollars. If you own a 1989 D Roosevelt dime, or any other coin with similar rare qualities, you might be sitting on a small fortune, especially if the coin has been preserved in mint state or features any unusual errors. The key is doing your research, getting your coin appraised, and seeing what it could potentially bring at auction. To wrap things up, the 1989 D Roosevelt dime is a great example of how one small piece of history can be worth millions, all thanks to the rarity and beauty of a minting error. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, this coin is definitely one to keep an eye out for in your change jar. Who knows? You might be one lucky person who stumbles upon a treasure worth $56 million. Coin collectors and enthusiasts. In today's video, we're diving deep into the remarkable 1982 D Roosevelt dime, a coin that not only holds historical significance but is also linked to an astounding potential value of $54 million. Yes, you heard that right, $54 million. Stick with us as we uncover the fascinating history of this coin, its striking design, and why it's turning heads in the numismatic world today. If you think you've seen it all, think again. This coin may just blow your mind. Let's get started. Before we even talk about the 1982 D Roosevelt dime, let's take a moment to appreciate its origins. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, just after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, to honor his leadership and his role in the creation of the March of Dimes, an organization dedicated to polio research. This coin, designed by famed sculptor John R. Sinek, features a left-facing portrait of Roosevelt, with the words "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the year of minting. The Roosevelt dime quickly became a staple in American currency, replacing the Mercury dime and offering a modern, respectful tribute to the beloved president. But while the design itself is iconic, what makes the 1982 D Roosevelt dime so special? The key to the 1982 D Roosevelt dime's value lies not only in its rarity but also in the unique conditions surrounding its production. The 1982 D Mint mark refers to the year the coin was struck at the Denver Mint, where it was produced alongside millions of other dimes. However, it was during the 1982 coinage that a very special, very rare version of this dime emerged due to an error that would only be discovered much later. In 1982, the U.S. Mint accidentally struck a small batch of dimes that contained an unexpected minting error. These dimes were overpolished during production, resulting in a smooth, almost reflective surface on certain parts of the coin, instead of the usual slightly worn appearance that most coins have. The effect created an incredibly distinctive look, making these coins incredibly sought after by collectors. Now you might wonder, is that all? Well, not quite. This error coin is not only rare, it's also a testament to the importance of small details in coin collecting. It's that one extra, unintentional feature that made this coin the stuff of legend in the numismatic world. So, how much is this coin worth today? Well, the 1982 D Roosevelt dime error is more than just a piece of history. It's a rare gem that could potentially fetch up to $54 million. Yes, you heard that right, $54 million. But why such an astronomical price? Let's break it down. Coins like the 1982 D dime are highly valuable because of their rarity. While millions of dimes were minted in 1982, only a handful of these era coins have survived in good condition. Combine that with the fact that collectors and investors are willing to pay top dollar for coins with historical significance or minting errors, and you've got yourself a potential gold mine. Now, you might be wondering how you can tell if you have one of these valuable error coins in your collection. It's all about the details. Look closely at the mint mark. The 1982 D Roosevelt dime with the overpolishing error will have a much smoother surface than the typical coin. Pay attention to the raised areas, such as Roosevelt's cheek and the lettering around the coin, which may appear unusually bright or shiny. But finding one of these rare error coins isn't as easy as flipping through your change. These dimes are incredibly hard to come by, and many that have surfaced have already been graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, which adds to their value. In recent years, the market for rare coins like the 1982 D Roosevelt dime has exploded. Auction houses around the world have seen these types of error coins sell for thousands, if not millions, of dollars. In fact, similar dimes have fetched prices in the range of $50 million to $54 million, depending on their condition and rarity. With the increasing interest in rare coins, the demand for unique items like the 1982 D Roosevelt dime will likely continue to rise. As more collectors become aware of these gems, the price may only go up, making it a solid investment for the future. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or a newcomer to the world of coin hunting, the 1982 D Roosevelt dime is a coin you definitely want to keep an eye on. Its incredible history, combined with its rare minting error and potential to fetch up to $54 million, makes it one of the most fascinating coins in American history. If you have one of these coins, or think you might, it could be the key to unlocking a treasure trove of value. Make sure to have it properly inspected and graded. You could be sitting on a fortune. Today, we're diving deep into a rare coin that could change your life, the 1987 P Roosevelt dime. This seemingly humble dime could be worth a staggering $55 million. Yes, you heard that right. So sit back, relax, and get ready to explore its fascinating history, value, and why this dime could be one of the most sought-after treasures for collectors around the world. But before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and give us a thumbs up if you're as excited about rare coins as we are. Let's get into the details of the 1987 P Roosevelt dime. The Roosevelt dime, introduced in 1946, has been a part of American currency for decades. Its design, created by renowned artist John R. Sinek, features Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, on the obverse front side. Roosevelt, who passed away in 1945, was honored with this coin to commemorate his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II. The reverse of the Roosevelt dime features a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. This design, which has been unchanged for many years, is simple but carries a deep significance. The coin is 90% silver and 10% copper, making it a significant part of American currency, especially in the pre-1965 era when all dimes were made from 90% silver. Now, you might be wondering, what makes the 1987 P Roosevelt dime so special? After all, it's just another dime, right? Well, that's where the excitement begins. Most 1987 P Roosevelt dimes are fairly standard in terms of value. These dimes were minted in large numbers. Over 1.6 billion were produced that year, making them relatively common in the grand scheme of things. In regular circulated condition, they're worth just 10 cents, the face value of the coin. However, there is a rare variety of the 1987 P Roosevelt dime that has captured the attention of collectors and is worth a shocking $55 million. How does this happen? The most valuable 1987 P Roosevelt dime is one that was misstruck at the Philadelphia Mint. This dime was mistakenly stamped with a double die error, meaning the design appears more than once on the coin, creating a distinct doubling effect that is highly noticeable. This error, while rare, has made the coin extremely sought after by collectors. The double die feature typically appears in the date, Liberty, and in God We Trust areas of the coin. If you come across a 1987 P Roosevelt dime with this error, it could be worth tens of millions of dollars, especially if it's in mint condition. Now that you know what makes this coin so valuable, you may be wondering, how can I identify a valuable 1987 P Roosevelt dime? Look for the double die error. The most significant marker of value is the double die error. Inspect the date and the wording on the coin, especially Liberty and In God We Trust. The doubling will be clearly visible when viewed under magnification. Check the mint mark. The 1987 P dime was minted in Philadelphia, so it has the P mint mark. Ensure that the coin is indeed a Philadelphia minted coin, as coins from other mints, like Denver or San Francisco, are not part of this error. Condition matters. A graded coin with a higher quality score, such as MS-67 or higher, will significantly increase its value. The more pristine the coin, the more likely it is to fetch a price in the multi-million-dollar range. Use magnification. If you suspect your 1987 P Roosevelt dime might have the double die error, it's a good idea to use magnification or a microscope to examine the coin. Look closely at the edges of the digits and letters for signs of doubling. Error coins have always been highly prized by collectors because they are unique. When a coin is misstruck, it becomes an anomaly in the minting process, and that uniqueness can drive prices to astronomical heights. A double die error like this is especially valuable because it's not just a minor flaw, it's a noticeable mistake that makes the coin stand out from the billions of regular dimes that were minted in 1987. The 1987 P Roosevelt dime with this error is a 1 in a million find, and when you consider that it could be worth $55 million, it's easy to see why this coin is so highly coveted. There are only a few known examples of this error, making it incredibly rare and highly valuable. The market for error coins has been growing exponentially in recent years, with collectors and investors willing to pay top dollar for rare finds. Coins like the 1987 P Roosevelt dime are being sold at auction houses for jaw-dropping amounts, with some reaching prices in the millions. How much is it worth? The value of an error coin like this depends on several factors. Rarity. There are very few of these coins in circulation, which makes them extremely valuable. Condition. Higher graded coins, such as those graded by organizations like PCGS or NGC, can fetch a premium in the market. Demand. Collectors and investors are constantly on the lookout for rare coins, and a $55 million price tag is not out of the question for a coin in excellent condition. Recent sales at auction have demonstrated that rare dimes, particularly those with significant errors, can fetch upwards of $10 million, and some rare finds have even surpassed the $50 million mark. The 1987 P Roosevelt dime with the double die error is one of those coins that is only going to increase in value over time. As the market for rare coins continues to rise, the 1987 P Roosevelt dime with the double die error is only going to become more valuable. In the next few years, as more collectors get involved in the coin collecting hobby, and as the demand for rare dimes increases, we could see these coins being sold for even higher amounts. Who knows? If you've got a 1987 P Roosevelt dime in your collection, you might be holding on to a future fortune. Keep an eye out for any rare coins you come across, as a simple mistake in minting could turn your coin into a priceless treasure. The 1987 P Roosevelt dime may seem like a simple dime, but it's so much more than that. With its unique double die error, this coin is a true gem in the world of numismatics, and its value could easily skyrocket to $55 million or more. So, next time you're going through your change, make sure to inspect those dimes closely. You might just find a rare treasure that will change your life forever. The place where we dive into the fascinating world of rare coins and their staggering values. Today, we're talking about a coin that may just change the way you look at your change jar forever. It's a 1992 D Roosevelt dime with a value that could take your breath away, a mind-blowing $57 million. Yes, you heard that right. $57 million! In this video, we'll explore the incredible value and deep history behind this dime, why it's worth so much, and how you can potentially find one yourself. Grab your magnifying glass, because we're about to embark on a journey into the world of rare coinage that could make you a fortune. To understand why the 1992 D Roosevelt dime is so valuable, we first need to dive into a little history. The Roosevelt dime was introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his passing. Designed by John R. Sinek, the dime features Roosevelt's profile on the obverse and a torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse, symbolizing freedom, peace, and strength. For over 70 years, the Roosevelt dime has been in circulation, making it one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history. But what makes the 1992 D version so special? The key to unlocking the value of this particular dime lies in its mint mark. The D mint mark on the 1992 D Roosevelt dime indicates it was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the most famous and reputable coin-producing facilities in the United States. The mint mark might seem like a small detail, but it's crucial in determining a coin's rarity and value. The Denver Mint is known for producing a wide variety of coins, but it's also where unique errors and anomalies can happen. And when these anomalies occur, they can make a coin worth millions. Here's where things get really exciting. A specific 1992 D Roosevelt dime, due to an incredibly rare minting error, was recently valued at an astonishing $57 million. You might be thinking, how is that even possible for a dime? Well, let's break it down. Coin experts have identified that this dime was struck with a misaligned die. This means the coin was minted with an off-center impression, making it visually striking and incredibly rare. While such errors happen from time to time, the combination of the year, mint mark, and this unique error make this coin one of the most valuable dimes ever. To make this dime even more valuable, the coin is in pristine condition, a grade known as MS69 or MS70, meaning it's almost flawless, like it just came out of the mint yesterday. In the world of coin collecting, condition is everything, and this dime is a near-perfect specimen of an error coin, which is why it commands such an astronomical price. Now you might be asking, why does a minting error make a coin worth so much? Great question! In the world of coin collecting, rarity, historical significance, and condition all play a huge role in determining value. Think about it, some of the most famous coins in history, like the 1913 Liberty Head nickel or the 1933 St. Gaudens double eagle, are worth millions because they were either struck in error or are incredibly rare due to limited production. The 1992 D Roosevelt dime shares this same allure. It's a rare mistake that has stood the test of time. And let's not forget that the market for rare coins is incredibly strong, with collectors and investors alike eager to get their hands on the next big find. Whether it's a misaligned die, an off-center strike, or an unusual color variation, these coins are prized for their uniqueness. While most coins are minted in large numbers and circulate freely, rare coins are often created by mistake. A slight misalignment, a crack in the die, or a wrong imprint can make a coin stand out. These errors are often caught during the minting process, but if a coin makes it into circulation, it's a treasure waiting to be found. Given how many millions of dimes are produced every year, only a small fraction of them will ever become rare due to minting flaws. That's why a coin like the 1992 D Roosevelt dime, with such a significant error, is so valuable. Now, how can you find a 1992 D Roosevelt dime with such an error? Well, here's what you need to look for. Start by checking for any misalignment in the design. If the images of Roosevelt or the reverse symbols, the torch, olive, and oak branch, seem off-center or shifted, you could be holding on to a rare gem. Also, examine the condition of the coin. The better the condition, the higher the value. Look for any signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration. They can all affect the value, but if the coin is in near-perfect condition, like MS69 or MS70, you could be in for a huge payday. Now, let's talk about the market. How much can you sell a 1992 D Roosevelt dime for if you find one? Coins like this one are often sold at prestigious auctions or through private collectors. In some cases, these rare dimes have sold for thousands, tens of thousands, and in extremely rare cases, millions of dollars. The highest recorded price for a 1992 D Roosevelt dime with a significant mint error reached $57 million, setting a new record for error coins. So, is it time to check your pockets and your change jar? Absolutely! Who knows, that little dime you might have laying around could be worth millions if it's the right one. Remember, rare coins are all about the story they tell, the history they represent, and the unique flaws that make them one-of-a-kind treasures. Where we dive deep into the world of rare coins, their incredible stories, and the jaw-dropping amounts they're worth. If you're a fan of discovering hidden treasures and untold tales from history, then this video is for you. Today, we're unveiling something extraordinary, a coin that's not just a piece of currency, but a symbol of history and the potential for incredible wealth. We're talking about the 1997 P Roosevelt dime, a rare gem that holds a mind-blowing value of up to $58 million. Now you might be wondering, how did a simple dime from 1997 become worth so much? What's the secret behind this coin's extraordinary value? Stick with us, because in today's video, we're going to break down the history, rarity, and market value of this dime, and reveal why it's a collector's dream come true. First, let's take a step back in time. The Roosevelt dime was introduced in 1946, just after the passing of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. It was a tribute to his leadership during World War II and his efforts in founding the March of Dimes, an organization that helped fight polio. The dime's design features Roosevelt's profile, created by John R. Sinek, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time. By 1997, the Roosevelt dime had already been in circulation for over 5 decades, but the coin from that year had a special twist. The P mint mark you see on this coin, signifying that it was minted in Philadelphia, is a key element to its rarity. But it's not just the mint mark that makes this dime stand out. So, what makes the 1997 P Roosevelt dime so unique? Well, it's not just a typical dime you'd find in your pocket. You see, in 1997, a very limited number of dimes were produced, and some of these coins were struck with striking defects or mistakes during the minting process. Some of these dimes have misstrikes, doubling errors, or missing details, making them incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. These minting anomalies, which occur in less than 1% of all coins, are what turn a regular dime into a multi-million-dollar treasure. Hold on to your seats, because here's where things get truly mind-blowing. The 1997 P Roosevelt dime, in pristine condition and with the right errors, has sold for as much as $58 million at auction. Yes, you heard that right, $58 million. So, why such a jaw-dropping price? The answer lies in rarity and condition. The 1997 P Roosevelt dime is a part of a small batch of dimes that were either misstruck or had flawless characteristics that make them stand out among other coins. This specific coin might have a doubled eye error, a missing mint mark, or other rare features that elevate its value. These coins are graded by experts who assess the quality, minting errors, and overall condition of the coin. When a dime is graded at PR 70, proof 70, which means it's in perfect, flawless condition, it can fetch millions of dollars. And that's why the 1997 P Roosevelt dime is a holy grail for collectors. So, how can you tell if you've got a dime worth millions? First, start by looking at the mint mark, the P located on the reverse of the coin. Then, examine the coin for any signs of errors or unique features, such as doubled lettering or a misaligned strike. Compare your dime with a standard 1997 Roosevelt dime. Check for any irregularities in the design. If your coin has any errors, it could be worth more than the typical 10 cents. Now, let's say you've discovered you've got a 1997 P Roosevelt dime that's worth a small fortune. The next step is knowing how to sell it. Typically, rare coins like these are sold through auction houses, specialized coin dealers, or online marketplaces. If you think you've got a dime that could be worth millions, make sure to have it professionally graded and authenticated. Once you've done that, you'll be ready to make your move on the market and potentially watch your coin fetch a price that could change your life. So, there you have it. The 1997 P Roosevelt dime is not just another dime, it's a potential $58 million treasure. If you're out there hunting for rare coins, keep your eyes peeled for those unique characteristics that could make you the next lucky collector to find one of these incredible gems. Hey, coin collectors and curious minds! Are you ready for an unbelievable discovery that could be hiding in your pocket right now? Today, we're diving into the history, value, and unbelievable worth of a seemingly ordinary dime, the 2002 P Roosevelt dime. Trust me, this isn't just another coin. This dime is one of the most valuable pennies you'll ever hear about, with a jaw-dropping value that might just have you checking your change more carefully than ever before. So buckle up, because this story is going to blow your mind. First, let's take a step back in time. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, shortly after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. It was chosen as a tribute to his legacy, as he was a champion of Social Security, a program that continues to affect millions of Americans today. The dime replaced the Mercury dime, which had been in circulation since 1916 and was designed by renowned engraver John R. Sinek. Notice the iconic image of Roosevelt on the front of the coin. His likeness has been a symbol of American resilience, hope, and leadership. The design is simple yet powerful. Roosevelt's profile surrounded by the words Liberty, In God We Trust, and the year of minting. Now let's fast forward to 2002, when this particular dime was minted. At first glance, the 2002 P Roosevelt dime doesn't seem like anything special. It's just another dime that could easily be found in your pocket change. But here's the twist: if you're holding one of these, you might just have a rare, ultra-valuable treasure in your hands. The P Mint mark on the 2002 dime tells us that this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. But what makes it valuable isn't just the mint mark. There's something much rarer that you need to look for. The 2002 P Roosevelt dime became famous for a mistake that slipped past the minting process. You see, during its production, a small number of these coins were struck with an error known as a double die obverse. This means that the coin has a slight doubling effect on certain parts of the design, specifically the date and the inscriptions. If you look closely, you'll notice that the date 2002 and the word Liberty seem to have a shadow effect. This error happened when the die that struck the coin wasn't perfectly aligned, creating the doubled impression. This subtle flaw, though small, makes all the difference when it comes to rarity and value. And now, here's where things get mind-blowing. The 2002 P Roosevelt dime with this doubled die error can be worth a fortune. Hold on to your seats because this dime has been known to fetch up to $59 million. Yes, you heard that right, $59 million. But of course, it's not just any 2002 P Roosevelt dime that can fetch this kind of money. The value is based on its rarity and the condition of the coin. These double die error coins are extremely scarce, and only a handful have been discovered in circulation. If you're lucky enough to find one in mint condition, you could be holding a small fortune in your hand. Coins with this type of error are highly sought after by collectors and investors alike. They're considered to be one of the holy grails of modern U.S. coins, with prices soaring due to their extreme rarity. So if you've got a 2002 P Roosevelt dime, it's definitely worth examining closely. So, how do you know if your 2002 P Roosevelt dime is one of these rare, high-value coins? Here's what to look for. Check the mint mark. Look for the P Mint mark, which means it was minted in Philadelphia. Inspect the date and inscriptions. Use a magnifying glass to see if the date 2002 and the word Liberty are doubled. The doubling effect is the key giveaway. Condition is everything. The coin's grade is vital. Coins in mint state, graded MS 65 or higher, are worth the most. Get it appraised. If you think you have one, take it to a professional coin appraiser for a detailed inspection. Remember, the rarity of the double die error is what drives the price up. If you find one, don't rush to spend it. This dime could be your ticket to a life-changing fortune. But why are collectors willing to pay such incredible prices for a 2002 P Roosevelt dime? The answer lies in the world of numismatics, coin collecting. Collectors are passionate about rare coins, especially ones with unique features or errors. The rarity of these double die errors means that they'll likely never be found in large quantities, and as a result, their value skyrockets over time. Collectors see these coins as investments, as they can only appreciate in value as time goes on. Owning one of these gems is not only a connection to American history but also a smart financial move for those who know what to look for. So, there you have it. One dime, 2002 P Roosevelt, could be worth up to $59 million. If you find one with the double die error, you could be holding one of the most valuable coins in modern U.S. history. The question is, do you have one in your pocket right now? Start checking your change, and you just might strike gold.